Light the fire. Any guesses? So AFRs were a little on the lean side, not dangerous, but not at the peak power levels. Fuel pressure remained okay?
Yeah, it showed 7.5 pounds.
Okay. So it needs more jet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what did we make? 529.6?
530.
Yeah, 530 foot-pounds of torque at 4,100. And 459 horsepower at 5,300 RPMs?
Round up, 460.
Okay.
460,
Yeah.
530.
530, 460? Okay.
Well, I'd like to run another one back to back.
Yeah.
With him rinsing it.
Okay.
We also are 32 degrees, so.
Yeah.
But then again, if we were giving it more timing, it's only get out more. We got to give it more fuel and more timing if it runs everything all the time.
Yeah. Pull a plug and look at one.
Probably when we were idling, it tightened it up a little bit, but it cleaned it up.
Just back to back to verify. Oh. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but it sounds like we might have one a little bit loose. So we're gonna pull a valve cover real quick, pull the valve covers real quick, double check our valves, make sure everything is good to go, or check our rockers to make sure everything's good to go. And then we'll pull on it. It does feel a lot like, in the sake of getting this moving forward, yes, I'll leave the power. Back in business?
Yeah, I'll start it up.
I didn't get a shot over this side, but
Got that 5/8 over there. So
yep. The push rod not in the pocket of the lifter? Still straight? Wow.
See, they don't.
to guess again. What do you think she's gonna make? Gotta get a little heat in the motor, get a little heat in the oil. We'll make the pull again. This is literally textbook exactly why you pay somebody to do this. And you work this in on the dyno so that you're not having to deal with this when it's in the car. You're not humping a fender, breaking your back trying to figure this out. The idea with being able to dyno a motor is, yes, you get to have your graphs and all the bragging rights and the things, but it also allows you to fix little things like water leaks, oil leaks, stupid rocker issues or pushrod issues. Anything you can resolve, it's way easier to resolve here on this dyno than it is when it's inside the chassis of the car. So that's one of the major reasons. Yes, it costs more money to do this. Yes, Bob is gonna bill me for this, but this is very, very valuable because yeah, we're gonna spend a bunch of hours doing this, but it's gonna make it on the flip side so much easier. Literally just take the motor, set it in the rails, rock and roll. So we are still running on 32 degrees of timing. We have not adjusted anything with the jets or anything else. Literally just took it down, did the rock adjustments, figured out everything that was going on with that, and we're gonna pull on it again. So this should be as close to back-to-back as we can do once we've got that issue resolved. And then we'll see what it does and we'll make our adjustments. 527. And it moved up the max horsepower by 300 RPMs. Those should be interesting graphs to see. So there's your overlay.
It's built a lot better out here on top.
Yep. Yep. So picked up 12 horsepower. Not bad.
And we're in the 1300s.
Mm-hmm. 1300, 1400s?
Yeah, I mean, mid upper 12s to 13. I mean, I look at that as an average because this is easy to roll.
But we do need to add some more fuel.
Is the fuel pressure still okay?
Fuel pressure's, yep, carried out 7.5 all the way out. So we need to add some jet. Oil pressure's gorgeous, like 96 pounds up at 5,000 RPMs. Climbed all the way to 9,800 at 6,100 RPMs. So oil pressure's great. We've got to make some jet changes here to be able to make our AFRs happier. Interesting conversation. What happens to the power band because of the installing that cam a couple of degrees retarded? Does it affect where those two lines cross? I don't know. You guys that are smarter than I am, chime in, let me know. All right, pull and do a jet change. Okay.
Porcelain's pretty white.
Yeah, it is. So, it was a square 87 on all four jets. So we have moved up from 87s to 91s on all four. See what it does as far as differences? No other changes. Almost exactly the same.
That's what I told you. So 2 and 3 is up. So The one I'm turning off is the one. So it actually, you know, it helped it out here on the top end.
Yeah.
It actually made it, so see how it was lean in here? See how it straightened that out?
Cleaned it up.
It cleaned it up. And so you'll see that on the torque curve, and I've seen this many times, that when the torque curve has a jagged edge, that it's not happy because it's like it's missing. I mean, it is, but it isn't. And so when you get the AFR or the fuel or the timing correct, then it'll straighten them out.
It's still lean.
But it's
still
helped
14s.
Yeah, it helped a little bit. Let's go back to this,
Wow.
and then we put this on. You can see, let's see if we can adjust this to auto scale. And then we go to 2. See, it helped it.
Yeah. But it's still real lean.
So you can see, let me turn off the, so all we got's the last run on. So it started at 32 at 12.5, and then at 4,000, it was up in the 3.5.
13.5.
Yeah, I mean 14. There's one of them that's off from the other one. Now there's probably one of them that's,
Yeah, one's reading weird.
yeah. But anyways, you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is I don't think there's power to be gained, even, you know, as it showed, to richen it up a little, because we did. It didn't change it, but it does. We've got back-to-back data
Almost identical.
that's showing exactly the same thing.
470 horsepower, 430 or 530 foot-pounds of torque. So, at essentially the same RPM. So, back-to-back pulls.
Just back-to-back runs.
It's just cleaner up
yes,
there. Up
absolutely, just cleaner.
there. So,
And that's where, by tuning a carburetor, that you see that you can help on a dyno. You can help make it run as smooth as possible. And we helped it out here on the other end, on the top side.
it pulls really well to like 6,200 RPMs. Above, what's that, 4,800 RPMs?
Well,
or
even
so.
above 5,000.
Yeah, it pulls really well all the way up to 6,200. It's not making more power, but it's holding that power out pretty well. So you want to play with timing?
Yeah, I want to increase timing a little bit.
So we're at 32 degrees. How far do you want to go?
I'll go in through 32, probably 35, something like that, 36.
Okay. See if she makes any difference.
Yeah, I want to do enough to make a change.
Yeah. Not bad, boys. Not bad. Lots of tire roasting power. It's going to sound rowdy in a NASCAR chassis with side pipes, too. All right, guys. As you can tell, the sun is setting. It's 7:30 or so on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day, by the way. We're going to call it quits. We've been racking our brains and calling in favors and racking the brains of other people smarter than us, and I think we've got an interesting conversation to have. We've got some troubleshooting to do to figure out exactly why we're seeing the graph that we're seeing and what we can do to affect it. The interesting part is that intersection on this motor is almost identical to a 406 motor that was run on this thing with Eric a week ago with an old set of cast iron heads on it. Almost identical. Crossovers at the same point. Makes almost identical power. And that's pointing towards something interesting. So, we'll get back at this in the morning. That'll be another episode, because this is probably already long enough. So, if you want to see, I don't know if it's going to be called the exciting conclusion of this, but the next episode, stay tuned. Click on the subscribe button. Come back for more. We hope to see you again. Austin and Bob racking our brains on a 406 small block Chevy. Now, let's be honest. This thing runs fantastic. It makes plenty of power to have a ton of fun with. It'll melt tires. It sounds great. Everything's going to be fantastic. But we just want to know. We want to know where that power is. We want to know why that crossover is where it is. What's our weak point? It's always a conversation about where's your bottleneck. Is it rockers? Is it timing? Is it fuel? Is it the camshaft? Is it the intake manifold? Is it the head flow, exhaust, and intake flow? There's a lot of what ifs. But hopefully be able to figure that out next time. So, this is Automotive Adventures with Austin, my own little personal corner of the YouTube internets. If you're into this kind of thing and you can put up with me, click on the subscribe button. Great to see you again on another video. Click on the like button. You made it this far. Thank you guys so much for watching this stuff. You literally helped me pay for what I'm doing and all of these hours spent with Bob. So thank you for helping to pay for Bob. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.